Well, I've got some tunes. I've got a Crimson Blues tune here. This is actually my backing tracks. Here is from a live recording of this song. This is a newer song that's not on any album yet, although it is on a small demo CD of which we have a limited quantity left, and maybe next time we're down south we'll have a few. This is a song. It's kind of a swampy Delta blues thing, and it's about the desire in one's heart to go back and keep getting that course correction back to God again and again. It's called "Take Me to the Fountain." Let me kick it off here. Oh, one more button. Here we go. Push one more. Here we go. Fall me on my knees and pray. Take me to the fountain. Fall me on my knees and pray. I'm gonna get me some redemption. Gonna wipe my sins away. Take me to the riverside. Put me in and take me down. Take me to the riverside, put me in and take me down. I'm gonna clean my hands, be a different man when I come back into town. That's right. as an outlaw and a sinner, but now my soul is glory bound. Be glory bound. Be glory bound. Yeah, glory bound.
All right.
That's an awesome part, brother. I got a question. Right. Are you using an open tuning there?
I am using open E tuning on this guitar.
Yeah, I was wondering how else would you move your slide around and,
Oh, that's the beauty of open tuning. There are some people who are so unbelievably skilled that they can do killer slide in standard tuning. But most of us mere mortals just do open tuning. So this one's open G is especially good for swampy Delta blues like that.
Is that one of the reasons you switch guitars too, is just go ahead and keep each guitar in a tuning?
Yes, because different guitars are dedicated to different tunings. That's right. That's actually the bigger reason why.
You see the blue one, you say, okay, I don't know how this one is tuned.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. By the way, I saw Sister Melody's out there. Hey, sis. So glad you came out. All righty. Let me, and speaking of mini guitars, let me switch guitars.
Who's that Astro Kitty on your shirt?
Huh?
The Astro Kitty on your shirt. Who's that?
It's just a kitten in a space helmet.
Who knew?
Who knew? I love it. I love cats, and I was always, very, I love space program stuff and astronomy. So,
I'm sure it brings it all together for you, doesn't it?
It brings it all together. It really does. It's amazing.
Well, thinking of that, it made me laugh when you were doing the hosting last week.
Yes.
You brought that astronaut type of thing into the saying hello, Earthlings.
Yeah,
at the beginning.
Yeah, greetings, Earthlings. Yeah, I know. By the way, and what a treat that was to host. That was so much fun. I really loved it.
Of course.
So I'm glad I didn't break anything. All right, let's see. What's the next song on the list here? It is. Oh, yeah. Okay, we're going to do this is a tune. The backing track here is actually right off the Tiki album, the studio album. This is a song. So I get song ideas in kind of a plagiarizing, ripping off kind of way because I'll hear some other tune and I'll think, man, that groove is so awesome. I've got to have a song that's got that kind of groove. And so I'll go look, and then some similar idea that's in the same stylistic vein will come up. And so there's a blues rock guy named Kenny Wayne Shepherd who's really awesome. And I believe he's married to Mel Brooks' daughter. Interesting trivia. He had this really rockin' song, and I thought, and that groove inspired this next song. Except I changed it a little bit. The recording has resonator guitars in it.
Before you get into the song, for those of you, for the people that don't know what that contraption is that you're holding in your hand, can you introduce that to us?
This is a cigar box guitar. It's called that because it's made from a cigar box.
You didn't smoke with cigars, did you?
No. I always, I don't smoke, so I just get the boxes empty. And this is one that I made myself. My first cigar box guitar I purchased, and then a few years later I started trying to build some, and I eventually came to one that actually was in good enough structure and sound and tone that I actually replaced that purchased one, and this is now my regular gigging cigar box instrument.
Oh, and Red says in a message, no cigars were hurt in the making of this guitar.
That is right. That's right.
I got a question though. Guitar box, cigar boxes aren't inherently strong, so they can't support the tension of strings, right? So you have to run the neck all the way through it.
Yes, this neck goes all the way through the body. This is actually the bottom of the neck that goes up here, but additionally, some cigar boxes, especially if you use an old vintage one, this is not, but some others are vintage. The first one I ever built for a friend was vintage. And so especially in those cases, you reinforce the inside. So if I pull this open, you'd see all kinds of supporting wood in there that beefs up the strength.
Now, is there any reason other than it being a curiosity? I mean, is there anything functional about a cigar box guitar?
Well, it's just a really cool part of blues history because, building instruments from cigar boxes and cans and just any junk you had around, a plank of wood with a bottle over it and a string strung. That was part of blues history because people were in poverty and they made instruments out of necessity with whatever they could. John Lee Hooker, when he was a boy, he had rubber straps nailed to the side of a barn and made an instrument out of that.
That's beautiful.
You know, it's just amazing. So, but it's also, there's a metaphor too, and I don't take credit for this. This is something that Glenn Kaiser said, which is that cigar box, they're kind of a metaphorical, symbolic picture of what God does for us because, you know, a lot of these things, they're from old scraps and pieces of junk that was just going to be tossed away, but somebody sort of snatched it out before it went on into the fire, snatched it from destruction, and the touch of the master's hand was applied to transform it into a thing of beauty. So
wow, that's beautiful.
yeah, that's so deep, you know. And so, you know, he's another guy who he makes lots of these instruments like this, and he sells them to fund the homeless ministry in Chicago that he serves in. But all right. So anyway, so this next song here, this is off the Tiki album, and it's called "That's What I Call Good News." It'll be pretty self-explanatory, I think. Here we go. God gave His only Son, gave Him for everyone. Gave up the life of His so you and I could live it through. Well, if you don't know what to call it, that's what I call good news. Here we go! You're staying out all night. You love to fuss and fight. You're living on the run and your idea of fine just ain't right. You need the Prince of Peace cause he can help you see the light. There's Dennis Fleming on guitar. And leave the chains behind. Give up the games you play and run the other way this time. You still have time to choose. That's what I call good news. You need to seek His face. You need to feel His grace. You're living handed, your side of town, a dangerous place. You still have time to choose. That's what I call good news. It's yours to win or lose. That's what I call good news. You still have time to choose. That's what I call good news.
That was smoking.
I feel better, thank you.
Who do you have on harp there?
That is our current harmonica in the band, Mr. Mark Rosales, and his harp playing is amazing.
Yeah.
It is amazing. That's part of why I'm so blessed and grateful about Crimson Blues, because all the years it's been going, even with turnover of personnel, we've always been surrounded by so much talent, and they have helped me to accomplish a big bucket list thing in my life that I wanted to do, which is to have a body of work like this. And
Have you ever worked with Daryl Mansfield?
I haven't, but I got an autographed harmonica from him in the mail.
Oh, no way. Because he carries like a kind of a belt full of harmonicas.
Oh, yeah, one for each key. A lot of guys do that. Our guy does that too. Yeah.
Yeah, and our band opened for him at Raging Waters, the water park back in 1987 or something like that.
Oh, wow, that's a long time back.
A long time ago, but yeah.
He's a great guy. He's an awesome dude. He did, by the way, him and Glenn Kaiser did a couple of unplugged albums together back in the 90s.
Trimmed and Burning, right?
Yeah, Trimmed and Burning's one, and I forget what the other one's called. I forget, maybe Slow Burn, something like that. They are both awesome, and you should buy them.
Legit.
You should definitely get them. And yeah, so next tune I'm gonna do, this is not only is it a favorite song that the Crimson Blues Band has done from day one, but it's also, even before that, it was on this solo album here of mine, my Christian Blues solo album, Slide Ahead. I'm gonna do this. This is a song called John the Revelator, and it goes back a long time back in history. It was done by Son House and many other people. It's in the Blues Brothers movie.
Bill Kagi did a version, right?
Who did?
Bill Kagi.
Oh, everybody and their dog has done a different version, and and the cool thing is we've all done different arrangements, different groove, different feeling for it. And so, I first got turned on to it from hearing Son House sing it a cappella, and then Government Mule, which was a band that's kind of splintered off out of Allman Brothers a few years after. Some of their people, they did a really cool cover, and then I got inspired, and this is mine. But a thing I love about the song is it has this sort of overarching bird's eye view of the redemption story, all encapsulated into this one song. So anyway, and also, by the way, this is one of the older recordings I did years back when I was first starting to do my own recording, and I spent a very long time perfecting these backing vocals, so I hope you dig them. All right, I'm gonna blast off. Enough blathering. Here we go. Riding, John the Revelator. Who's it riding? John the Revelator. Who's it riding? John the Revelator wrote the book of the seven seals. Tell me who's it riding? John the Revelator. Who's it riding? John the Revelator. Who's it riding? John the Revelator wrote the book of the seven seals. Well, God walked out the cool of the day, called out him by his name, and he refused to answer, 'cause he was naked and ashamed. Tell me who's it riding? John the Revelator. Who's it riding? John the Revelator. Who's it riding? John the Revelator wrote the book of the seven seals. Well, Christ had 12 apostles, and 3 he led away. He said, wait for me 1 hour, well, I go yonder and pray. Tell me, who's it riding? John the Revelator. Who's it riding? John the Revelator. Who's that riding? John the Revelator wrote the book of the seven seals. Hey, hey! seals. Hey! Seals.
Yeah.
That's
There we go.
awesome. That's awesome.
All righty.
That box guitar was smoking there, Mark.
Yeah, no, go blow the smoke off of it. Yeah. Yeah, I love kind of that bird's eye view picture of that song, and it kind of it touches on something that I wanted to share with you guys tonight. It's kind of a weird, random thing that came to mind to me, but you know, that big picture of God's hand over humanity, and our pastor even touched on this too. You know, how God's going to really be the one who makes things right at the end. I had a weird thought, and this is a little random, but bear with me for a second. So me and Ann, the wife, you know, sometimes when we want to unwind, we will watch some old throwback reruns of favorite shows that we watched when we were kids, right? And one of our favorites was a TV series called The Monkees. Anybody ever watch that?
Yes. Hey, we're the
Yeah.
monkeys.
How many of you ladies out there, be honest, admit you had a crush on Davy, right? So anyway, the thing is, so, you know, we're sitting there watching every night, and every single episode at the end, during the closing credits, the closing song they do was a really interesting song. It had a kind of interesting history because Peter Tork was actually one of the most thoughtful, accomplished musicians in the group and one of the most deep-thinking guys. And he wrote that song, but he couldn't think of a title for the song. And Mike Nesmith, out of frustration, said, "Oh, for Pete's sake." And he said, "Okay, that's what I'll call it. I'll call it For Pete's Sake." But anyway, this song, it made a really bold, boisterous claim. It said, and I quote, "In this generation, in this loving time, in this generation, we will make the world shine." And I got to thinking about that. And it's really, in a way, that one little song, in a nutshell, was kind of like the anthem, the stated goal of the entire hippie movement of that era. Because that really was their stated goal, you know. They wanted to do that. They really believed that they could. Now, the hippie movement, you know, they accomplished a lot. They made a lot of interesting changes in the world, some good, some not so good. They really did make a big difference. But did they achieve that goal? They were going to make the world shine. They were talking about basically a transformative change where war and hostility and bad things would kind of fade away and love and peace would be the driving forces. Does anybody think that they succeeded?
No.
No, they failed. They absolutely failed. And you know what? They were well intended. They meant the best. They wanted the best. They were trying to do the right, sincere thing. But guess what? They were depending on human strength, human power, human willpower, human capacity. And was it possible to make that transformative change at that level? The answer is no. They never could. You know, and I found out a few years later in my teenage years that at a personal level I couldn't either. And the thing I always think about is they tried so hard to change the world and they couldn't. Some of those aging hippies are in political power now and they're actually damaging the world terribly. And I thought, what does it take to have that transformative power to change the world? Well, of course, we know the answer. There is one and only one place where that kind of transformative power can really change things, and not just the world as a whole, but also for each individual. And that's in the person of Jesus Christ. That's it right there. He's the one who can give us the transformative change that we need. And the book of Revelation talks, and the pastor mentioned this tonight, talks about, you know, basically gives us a spoiler alert about, you know, the end of the story. The last chapter's been written, and spoiler alert, God wins. And, you know, Christ is going to be the one who finally intervenes, and this dark, dysfunctional, broken part of human history will finally be healed and made right with a transformative change, and he's the one who's got the power to do it. You know, and all the love beads and good intentions in the world, you know, they're nice in and of themselves, but, you know, I'm sorry, they're just not enough. And you know, a small remnant of the hippie movement discovered Jesus, and they found the true answer there, didn't they?
Yes, amen.
Yeah. So anyway,
one of the things that is kind of is disturbing to me is that song "Imagine" by John Lennon.
Well, you know, that song was kind of a sad song because it was really sort of an anthem to atheism, and I thought that was really sad.
I mean, it's musically very beautiful, but saying, you know,
Yeah.
nothing to live or die for, and no religion
well,
to. As if you have nothing that you believe in strong enough that you're willing to kill, then we'll have peace. Because you know, there's nothing that you get that, you know.
Well, that was part of what didn't work about the hippie movement. Yeah.
Take God out of the picture, you know.
Yeah, you know, yeah, God's got to be in the picture. So, which is, you know, part of why I'm so blessed in the Crimson Blues Band, and that's part of why we make a point of keeping God in the picture and letting it be his thing. Red's Room has done the same thing, and look at this 1 year anniversary. It's awesome.
God be the glory, brother.
Yeah, totally.
And thank you for being part of it from the beginning, brother.
Oh, I know. So listen, I've got another tune here. I actually got 2 more tunes. I hope I still got time.
There's nobody after you, brother.
Well, good. You people who are out there online, please stay up late. I got 2 more tunes. 1 more solo tune from the Slide Ahead solo album. And also Crimson Blues does this song really often. This was another one of those songs where I get this weird inspiration from just the tone of a guitar or the feeling that something invokes, you know, that kind of thing. And so years ago, when I first got this Telecaster, and it was an anniversary present because my wife let me buy it when I saw it in a pawn shop. So I was just enjoying the groove of this thing, and I was thinking a little bit, some thoughts about blues history came to mind, and the stories about Robert Johnson, who's the grandfather of the blues, how it was rumored that he sold his soul to the devil to become a skilled guitar player, which probably isn't entirely true, but, you know, I by the way, I talk about that in my little tiny book here that are, that's a whole nother topic what I won't get into, but there was this blues legend concept about the blues musician who goes out to a crossroad at midnight and sells his soul to the devil. And this song here is kind of a metaphor that says, well, you know, in a way we've all kind of done that, haven't we? Because we've got a problem with sin and we've got a debt that we can't take care of ourselves, can we? We got the exact same problem as that old blues man out on the crossroad, don't we?
Yes, sir.
So here we go. This is called Went Down to the Crossroad. One of our flagship tunes. Play button. There we go. You meet him at the crossroad in the middle of the night. You don't say nothing to him. You don't look him in the eye. You let him tune your guitar till the strings are buzzing tight. And he hands the guitar to you. You go down without a fight. Went to the crossroad, and in the end I was only wasting time. I thought I hit a jackpot, sold my soul to the devil for a dime. Jokes without no funny, playing music with no song, getting rich without no money, fitting in where I don't belong, living lies inside the shadows till my self-respect was gone, sinking down into the quicksand and pretending nothing's wrong. Went to the crossroad, and it cost me peace of mind. unlimited love for candy. Sold my soul to the devil for a dime. But that's not the end of the story. Here's what happened. Then the devil took a gamble, and he broke his winning streak. Played 5 cards with a master who had an ace hidden up his sleeve. Well, the master paid my ransom. All I had to do was just believe. Crossroad. What I found was a road to a cross. I've been bought for a price now. I never really know what that ransom really cost.
You know, that reminds me of a story about Jesus. You know, it says that he actually went through something very similar. It says the devil took him up to an exceedingly high mountain and showed him all the kingdoms of the world and their glory. And he said to them, all these things I will give you if you fall down and worship me. And Jesus said, away with you, Satan, for it is written, you shall worship the Lord your God, and him only shall you serve. And the devil left him. Yep. So he was not exempt from being, approached by the devil to have that offer.
Right.
He,
Right. But
the
the other part of the song is about the deliverance for every one of us. Every one of us.
The road that leads to the cross.
Yeah.
Love it.
All righty. So I've got one tune left. Would you like to hear it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to do I'm going to do at least one retro tune. I know I've been telling you guys for a while I'm working on this another album project called Retro, which basically would contain lots of throwback stuff that was important in my musical past, just to kind of get it on the record. And some of that includes very old gospel blues tunes that influence the stuff I write today. And I'll do covers of some of those songs, including old gospel songs from my parents' generation in a bluesified fashion. But it also includes, there were songs that I wrote back in my college days, back when I didn't even know about blues yet, and I didn't have the money for recording equipment or electric gear. And I mostly did acoustic ballads. Kind of worship type ballads, not as cliched as some stuff around, but this one song, actually a few years later, I did manage to get some electric gear and join a Christian rock band at the time, but it was a very ill-fated band, and there was a problem. That band, we would practice, but we'd never have opportunities to play, and we were lost a drummer and never got the drummer replaced. And it's just like every door always closed for that band. And I have a personal theory why. I could be wrong, but this is my hunch. Because one of the driving force, leading key creative members of the band, one of the people who was the most influential member of the band, was very deeply backslidden, was right on the brink of abandoning his Christian faith altogether. And I just believe that the Holy Spirit withheld a blessing from that band just because of that, which is, good enough reason. And so towards the end of that band, I wrote this song here, and this song was kind of a commentary to the world and to me, and and maybe even to that one individual in the band. And it's called First Love, and it's based on the Revelation passage that says, you know what, we need to come back to our first love. And so, ironically, the swan song of that band, we performed one Sunday morning for a church service, kind of the farewell final concert of the performance of the band. One of the rare cases we actually got to play, and this was one of the songs we did that morning, which I thought was fitting. This is a reminder to me all the time. I need to always return to my first love. I need to not get too caught up in the other stuff. So, does that ever happen to any of you?
Of course, we need to
Okay.
daily come back to our first love.
Yes. Here we go then. Oops. All right, hold on. There we go. I'm going back to my first love, because I know he first loved me. I was lost until my first love found me. It was him who gave me eyes to see. I'm learning to believe my first love, 'cause I know he first believed in me. Yeah. I don't understand, but I know that he does. Sometimes it's the slave who is most free. Oh, my first love, do come quickly. Oh, my first love, don't delay. I know that you gave it all. You gave it all for me. When someone loves you, you're a fool to stay away. All in for my first love. I want to keep my treasures where they're safe. For if I gain the whole world without my first love, yeah, wouldn't be worth having anyway. No, no, no. Oh, my first love, you come quickly. Oh, my first love, don't delay. first love. Anybody agree? America, you need to return to your first love. Oh, my first love, you come quickly. Oh, my first love, don't delay. Don't delay now. I know you've got to prepare a place for me. When someone loves you, I'd be a fool to stay away. I'd be a fool to stay away. Even so, first love, you come quick. La 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 la, la 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 Oh, you're my first love. Y'all come back to first love. God bless you all and good night.